I can see, I can't hear.
Okay, you should be able to hear now. Let me know.
Yes, I can.
Thank you. All right, we'll be starting in 3 minutes at 1:05 just to allow everyone to come in. So if you want a coffee or anything else, feel free.
Okay.
Right. Hi, everyone. Hi. So today we are doing video marketing and specifically making video marketing doable in your business. All right. So I'll be telling you all about like the power of video marketing. Yeah, it is very important. And I'll tell you why. However, part of the cringy part is standing in front of the camera, right? So I'm going to tell you different ways that you can get around that without still using the benefits of video. So the first and the easiest way to do a video is in Command. And you might have seen this before. It's worth seeing again. This is one of my favorite features in Command. So if you go to agent.kw.com, that's Command, right? That's where I am here, is agent.kw.com. So it's like the agent login for kw.com, right? So agent.kw.com, and go ahead and log in. So Command can make a video for you about a neighborhood, about all the neighborhood stats, and all you have to do is type in the neighborhood name. Okay, so this is really cool. So I would say this is the least amount of effort, but still very effective. So I logged into Command, and the next thing I'm going to do, and yeah, I would jot down these notes. I would recommend it. I don't have notes on this one. Sorry, guys. So again, I logged into Command, and I'm going to click on the campaigns section on the left-hand side, right? That looks like a megaphone, right? Because campaigns is any time that you're going to be blasting something out. And just a quick tip, right? As you're learning the navigation of Command, if you click on that KW logo up top, it'll give you, what the names are of each one of these icons so you can learn the navigation. All right, so that campaign section here, we want to go to, actually, it's right here. So these quick posts will show up for you right here. So I'm going to show you this in 2 different ways. So this is the video that we're going to be creating. All right. But what this is doing, it'll allow you to create a video and then post it for you onto your social media. Okay. So part of what Command does is it can schedule your posts in advance. So if you were to come in here, you can schedule all 3 of these posts, for example, in the next 30 days. So let's start with this video. Again, I'm in campaigns, and under quick posts, you'll see this option, and we'll want to click on that arrow. All right, and it's going to prompt us to put in a neighborhood. So if you want to follow along and put in any neighborhood you want to, I'm going to put in Hunter Oaks. And then you want to click on the neighborhood suggestion from that list. So we search the neighborhood and then click on the neighborhood from that list. And then click next. And then we don't have to do a whole lot except check over it. And did I lose anyone so far? Are we okay? Oh, a neighborhood? Is it not popping up for the ones you've searched? Oh. Yeah, if a neighborhood doesn't pop up, sometimes like it's districted by like Indian land versus like a neighborhood in Indian land. The inconsistencies I think come from, like in Chicago, the definition of a neighborhood is quite different than residential North Carolina. So that's why you might see some variance there. Nice, okay. So Hunter Oaks, and then you want to pick it from the list and you'll see that check mark. And then we click next. All right, and it gathers all those stats for you. All right, now I would say your job at this point is eye over it. I would say that it's most of the time correct, but if you pull this up and, because what can happen sometimes in these neighborhoods is if like there's a really, I don't know, wealthy community right behind it, it might accidentally loop in one of the houses. So just if one of those looks crazy, that's really all I'm trying to tell you to look for. That it's usually, I would say like 90% of the time correct, but in that 10%, just eye over it, make sure it makes sense for that neighborhood. Okay. And then you can scroll down and it'll show you like all the agent information it's going to put in here. So this is pulling from your command marketing profile, but you can change any of that, of course. The market center info, again, all pulling from your command profile. You can change that. But really, all I have to do is click next. So I don't have to change anything. All I had to manually put in was the neighborhood, and it pulled all of that information for me. And you can see it takes a couple seconds and then makes this video. And I'm just gonna, oops, I meant to play it, but here, I'll play it for you on here. I'm gonna play it for you so you guys can see what it does. So today's date, average price of homes, average price per square feet. There are 4 homes for sale in the neighborhood. Average of 102 days on market. Here's what locals have to say about the neighborhood. Right, isn't it? Great. Yeah, you're like skipping through. And I love this. It shows your contact information all at the end, created for you. How cool was that for spending about 10 seconds to put in the neighborhood name, right? And the value of it simply being a video, okay, this is the power of video, is if you post something on your social media, it gets in front of your friends. If you post a picture, if you post a video, it can get in front of umpteen people, right? So since like TikTok and Instagram and Facebook, they're all competing for video platform. So they will show your videos to as many other people as they can. So it has the power to get in front of unmets for free. Usually you have to pay to get in front of unmets. That's things like ads, right? Or a postcard. But video, simply posting it as a video allows you to get in front of unmets for free. So from what I've seen, you can't download it from here. What I would be able to do from here is to type about it. So something about, market stats in Hunter Oaks this month, let's say. All right, this is a social media post. So adding different emojis are really great to make that eye-catching, right? So you can put in some emojis, right? But the goal I would say here is, what would it look like if you did a different neighborhood once a week, right? What if every Monday, every Tuesday, whatever it is, you came in here and you posted, you picked a new neighborhood and posted that out, right? You can even search things for like Indian land to broaden it to not just this neighborhood, all right? But that allows you to get in front of people and market yourself as a specialist in that niche, okay? There are very few videos out there on specific neighborhoods, all right? So if someone Googles a certain neighborhood, right, there's very limited information that comes up. So if you do a video on a certain neighborhood, your video comes up and you look like a specialist in that neighborhood, okay? So again, just to overview how we got here so that you can do this monthly or weekly, ideally, right? What we did is we went to campaigns. That was step 1. Step 2. I'm just gonna show you this one more time. Step 2, right, is the quick posts are right here. So all I had to do was click on this arrow and it pulled it up for me to put in what neighborhood I want. Right, so it's really just a couple clicks here, open command, go to campaigns, click the arrow, put in the neighborhood. Let's see if Indian land is one of them. I'm just curious if, yep. So like if you wanted to do it on a broader, area, you could do it on Indian land or potentially Valentine, right? So that might reach a bigger market of people too, that might be interested in living in that area, right? Now, whenever you create this video, right, whenever you create this video here, you'll notice that I clicked save and post video. So it doesn't give me an option to download it. It just gives me an option to post it right from command. I just want to show you real quick how that looks again, because it does give you the ability to schedule it in advance. So let's say you learned that in this class. Great. I'm going to go ahead and do this 4 times and schedule one for next Tuesday, the next one for the following Tuesday, and so forth, right? So I could come in here now that I learned this, and I'm going to take this video on Indian land, right? So maybe I'd say Indian land stats this month, right? And then I would schedule the post right here, right? And you have the option to publish immediately, so you absolutely can. However, maybe I want to go ahead and schedule that for next week. I can go ahead and click on that here, pick the best time, and then click to schedule the post, right? I would say if you take one thing away from this class, do that, okay? That would take you less than 30 minutes probably to create 4 of those little videos and post it out for the entire month. And if it does nothing else, wow, this agent has all the market stats and knows how to make graphics into a video like that. Wow, they must be tech savvy. So, right. So this really can have that big potential, just even showing that you have that knowledge, even if they're not looking at Indian land, right? Keep spreading that knowledge, right? Once a week, you're bound to hit a bunch of your sphere as you go through those months. Questions on this part of it specifically? Okay. Yeah, because you can replace those, right? So you can absolutely schedule out, other things that aren't videos here. Like if you click choose a different design, I think it'll search the design section of command. So if you had like another video, these are all videos, actually. These are all the other videos I have created. Clearly, I like Hunter Oaks. No, for that?
Yeah, like I did generate neighborhood video, and then it shows.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, never mind. I had
So,
to put the home prices and stuff. in.
Yeah, so some of them, like the stats, perhaps aren't in there. Most of the stats should show automatically. You shouldn't have to put that in. However, if you pick a neighborhood that maybe isn't correct, have you seen like on the map how like sometimes
Off or something.
so that's why, yeah, I would recommend kind of playing with it and eyeing over those stats too. Like generally they populate, but I was saying too, like if there's like a wealthy neighborhood behind it and it accidentally loops in like one of those houses, and okay, the average isn't like 800,000. It just knowing, kind of eyeing that over.
Okay.
So that, because it doesn't show them more than just that one number. So, they're not, chances are no one's going to try to prove you wrong. However, just eyeballing to make sure it looks correct is what I would recommend.
But it doesn't give you the information.
Is that what I did to you too?
I picked Belmont and it didn't give me the.
Mine's
stats, it just
okay.
created the video.
Well, kind of it's a big, area to generalize.
To-
Maybe I should do a neighborhood, right?
Yeah, but too, so a couple things on that. I agree. So maybe it might be easier to do just a neighborhood as opposed to like a general area. but could you, like in the MLS, like circle that area and find that information really
Yeah.
pretty quickly?
For sure.
Because I just think those like more like Pineville, Ballantyne, I think that would have a lot more effect or like potential of effect than just a neighborhood. Now, again, it's more centralized information, which is great, but you're hitting, less people. So I think it's worth a little more extra work if you feel comfortable with that.
Thank you.
Good
So
for
if
me.
it doesn't have the information.
Yeah.
You just pull it from MLS.
Yeah.
or
What would you do? Do you go into like the SAM section?
Yeah, you go to Sam.
Okay. And you just search by area there? Great to know.
Does it only
Top left corner.
focus
Thank
on
you.
your business?
Great question. It does. So any scheduling in Command or any platform that's not just Command can only post to business pages. That's Facebook's rules. However, with that being said, we can talk more about that. What the recommendation then is, if you schedule it, then great. You would go in from your personal and just click share. So you share that post to your personal. That does a couple things. It drives traffic to your business page. And having that business page, right, it's a pain to have two separate ones to keep up with. It truly is, right? And you'll always get more engagement on your personal page. So it's like, why would I even have a business page? That's the question I get a lot. Okay, one, yes, you can schedule in advance. Okay, that's great. But if I don't have a business page, then I don't need to schedule in advance, right? However, having a business page really gets your credibility out there as a real estate business and not just a person who's doing real estate, right? So that's the real difference. If you look up like a Fortune 500 company, whatever, typically they'll have a Facebook business page. Every notable business typically has a Facebook business page, right? And then they'll also you're able to look for the CEO on Facebook, right? You can find them separately and you can see about their personal life. People want to work with people that they trust, right? What's the saying? They only care what you know when they know how much you care, something like that, right? And that's what your personal side really does for you, okay? If you Google your name, guess what? Your business page shows up at the top of Google, right? So it is worth having for a credibility standpoint. If anyone hires you, if I hire any business, I look up two things, their website and their social media, right? So having that credibility of, great, now you have a post once a week. That's really all you need. And guys, if you need help, right, we have a package where we have like a social media that we can post on your business page for the entire year once a week. So if you want that taken care of, we can help you with that. But this is a very powerful way to go ahead and do that. I would recommend maybe doing this per month, right? Because it's the market stats, right? So it might change next month. So that's what I may recommend. Any further questions on this video specifically? Okay, great. All right, now as far as video, diving into video, like reels, for example, who's posted a reel before? Yes.
One question, if you're gonna do a neighborhood, how do you get the neighborhood, a city, how do you get the city? to come up?
Yeah, it's really just neighborhood. Those are just little neighborhood
Okay.
pages. And like
You talked
sometimes
about doing this.
Command defines it sometimes like a neighborhood, for example, in Chicago is not a residential neighborhood, it's like an area.
Uh-huh.
So if you search in a neighborhood like Indian Land, right, the name will come up, but
Okay.
the
Not like-
yeah, perhaps it's just kind of inconsistent.
How they got-
Yeah. And two, I would say if you're going to do more of like a larger neighborhood like that, definitely go look at the data, like in the MLS. Either way, even if it's there, it's probably skewed because it's probably just pulling certain homes in Indian Land versus all of them. Again, I would just double check that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, simply a neighborhood itself tends to be pretty correct. But just if you guys are trying to take it to that next level. Okay, so we posted a reel before, maybe some of us, right? Okay, great.
What's the difference in a reel and a video?
Good question, same thing. So a reel is just Instagram's version of what TikToks are, right? So it just allows people to scroll on their phone in a similar fashion. So and Facebook also has reels. Now they are trying to compete, Instagram's trying to compete with TikTok. So they're really pushing it out, okay? But let's talk about some easy ways that we can make reels. First of all, what am I supposed to make a reel on, right? If you go to answerthepublic.com, okay, so answerthepublic.com, and if you search real estate, which I will, it will tell you the top Googled real estate questions of this week. So this is what people are searching, want to know about real estate, okay? So again, I'm in answerthepublic.com. I would recommend writing that down. And then I searched real estate. And when you scroll down, you'll be able to see all the different people or all the different questions people are asking. All right, so you'll notice if I hover my mouse over any of them. So it starts with like by when, or it's starting by the question, the question word. So if we come in here, okay, what real estate is best to invest in? Which real estate, where is real estate in Charlotte, right? And you can pertain all of this to Charlotte. Which real estate brokerage should I join, right? If you want to grow your downline. What real estate brokerage or what real estate is best to invest in? What real estate taxes are deductible? What real estate is a bad investment? Okay, I do want to highlight that one because negative hooks perform really well. And that's actually what I'm going to kind of prompt you guys to do today. So when you're making these videos, figuring out what that topic is the first step, right? And viewing these really helps. So again, answerthepublic.com, search real estate, right? The question I would like you guys to think about today, and I'll show you how to get a script and everything, is what are the top 3 things not to do when selling my house? So negative hooks, I know it sounds negative, but it really gets a lot of clicks because people want to see, oh shoot, like did I do one of the 3 things, right? Am I doing it right now, right? What are the top 3 things you shouldn't do when remodeling your kitchen, right? Just by phrasing it in a negative standpoint increases people's likelihood to watch because it's human nature to be attracted to negativity. I know this sounds really negative, and but right, putting it doesn't have to be like all sad, right? Saying, okay, these are the top 3 things you should not do when selling your home. Okay, great. Now I have a question. Well, what am I going to say? Who's used ChatGPT before? Yeah, pretty cool, huh? All right. So if we pull up ChatGPT, PT. You know what it stands for? Yeah. If you guys do not have a ChatGPT account, I would definitely recommend it. If you are not familiar with what ChatGPT is, it can, if you, for example, if you were to ask it to write a property description, you could say, and I'll show you this. It can act as a real estate agent and write a property description for a home in Matthews, North Carolina, with 3 beds, 2 baths, with it on a private cul-de-sac lot. It'll come out with, welcome to your new dream home. This home boasts gleaming hardwood floors. Like, this is a very good, well-written description. And then you can say, okay, well, can you write that in 1,000 characters? Because that's all the MLS allows for. And it'll rewrite it for you in 1,000 characters. Right, here, let me just go ahead and get in. How cool is that? I love that. Wow, that should be your first use of ChatGPT if you've not used it already. It really is. And if you just write some bullet points about yourself, right, and then put it in ChatGPT and tell it to write you a bio, it sure will.
If you don't, it'll make something up.
Wow, that is so amazing. It's really creepy, of course, as well. But all right. I don't know. Let's see, ChatGPT. Let's try this. All right, yes, this is what we want. Okay, so this is ChatGPT. And if you haven't used it before, this is worth your time in this class alone, okay? So it's important how you frame the question with ChatGPT. So I always tell it to act like a real estate agent. And tell me the top 3 things not to do when selling my home. And it's going to give me the top 3 things I should not do when I'm selling my home so that I can then just say that in a video.
So you say act like a real estate agent.
Yeah.
And tell me.
Now this can be anything. I mean, you can ask it anything, right? You can simply just take one of those top asked questions, act like a real estate agent. I would always recommend starting there. All right. And then you can see, okay, overpricing my home, neglecting staging and presentation, and disregarding the importance of the market, right? I can kind of read this over and get an idea. I don't personally recommend scripting your videos for a couple reasons. I recommend bullet pointing your videos. First of all, scripting the videos, it's unless you have a teleprompter, right? It's really hard to say it and seem natural as you're, reading, trying to remember word for word what you said. And I don't know about you, but then if I try to remember word for word what I said and I forget one word, well, then I forgot everything, right? Because I can't get back on track. So totally up to you how you guys do, but don't think of this as a big presentation that you're doing. The importance of video is that they see your personality and that they hear you say some of the words that probably hit some key terms for them in real estate, right? People remember how you make them feel, right? Not usually what you say. And that's really important with video, that you're going, we're going to, workshop this in a little bit, that you show up with some energy, right? You are excited about these top 3 things not to do, right? And you tell them in general what you remember, right? Those top 3 things. And then I would like you to give them an overview of that. All right, so not scripting it, not feeling like you need to have word for word down. That's key, right? I want to feel your personality. It's like when you watch like the entire seasons of Friends, right? By the end of it, I feel like I'm friends with Joey and Chandler, right? That is the value of video. That's the value of showing up, getting in front of unmets as well. It's not really about what it says. And I know we all paralyze ourselves to not even doing this at all because what am I going to say, right? All right, so I would like to break up and go film some of this. Now, before we do that, I'm going to tell you guys how you can video on your phone in the most effective way to then create a reel. Now, I know this is probably like, please don't make me do this. Yeah, you should have come to a video class. Yeah. So what we're going to do, okay, is we'll all split up. You can go anywhere you want, right? Now, you don't need a ring light and a tripod, right? I'll show you how inexpensive it is. But it's as simple as getting like your coffee mug, putting it right there, finding something semi-high up to go ahead and just put your phone on and turn it around, okay? If you have an iPhone, cinematic mode is a new mode that they rolled out. Who has an iPhone? Nice, okay. So when you're recording, there's now cinematic mode, and that blurs your background and keeps you centered. So it looks like a professional video, okay? So if you were to so what I want your goal to be is I want you to go away. Okay, it can be in here. I'll help you with it, or we can go somewhere in the market center. I'll give you pointers of where. And I want you to take 3 different videos answering these 3 questions just on your phone, right? And see, like you don't have to do it all in one take. I'm going to challenge you to just do it in 3 different takes, right? Set up your phone to cinematic. And I want you to say what the top 3 things that you should not do when selling your home. Now, what's that formula look like? Okay. First is the hook. Okay, you have about 2 to 3 seconds to stop them scrolling. So you're going to open it up saying, not, hi, my name is so-and-so, and I work at Keller Williams Valentine. Scroll, they're gone, right? They just don't care who you are, right? They see so many people online. They care about what you have to say first, right? So open it with, here are the top 3 things that you should not be doing when selling your home. All right. And then you can go ahead and say number 1. Right? And if you want to, stop the video, okay? Start the video again so you can read it, record number 2, stop the video, and then you can record number 3 separately. Of course, you can do it all in one take, but with Reels, Instagram Reels, I'm going to show you how you can just click the 3 videos that you just made and put them all together, add a little verbiage to it, and send it out into the internet, okay? So that is our goal. Now, if you do not want to video yourself, that's okay. All right. But I would like to give you the goal of going out, and so a couple places that I would recommend around the office to do videos. Oh, what is that? Now she's just showing off, like you are so prepared. I love this. How do you like your tripod?
It's good. I use it really more for walking around. It's like a gimbal. So I use it for walking around the house. It doesn't shake like crazy.
That's amazing. The gimbal.
When I walk, it's
So if you guys haven't heard of these, it makes it so like if you are holding this and then like panning around a house, completely steady. I don't know if you've ever tried to do this, but I look like, I mean, it's just no matter how hard you try. Yeah. And you shake more because you're trying not to.
Yeah, so it moves, but like when you're recording video with it, it's smooth. It doesn't like bounce up and down.
A gimbal?
It's a gimbal, yeah.
How much was it? You mind?
Like 60 or 70 online.
Okay.
Amazon.
Now that is, kind of that next level tripod, right? Now there are other tripods. First of all, let me start with, you don't need a tripod. Okay. So this is not something you need to have. You don't need a ring light, and I'll tell you ways you can get around it, but you can see how nominal the cost really is. I mean, of a regular tripod, right? That this goes all the way up to here, and it's the lighting too. If you're going to get a tripod, I would recommend one with a ring light, or of course you can get a separate one, but if you're new to this, I just get it all as one. Lighting is huge. If you, before you take a video, make sure your lighting is good. Like, you want to be facing a window. So I would not want to take a video this way because the light's behind me, and lighting's so important that someone will scroll immediately if your lighting doesn't look, professional is a strong word, but just light, right? If it's too dark to them, that takes down the entire quality and they scroll. So it's so important. Now, okay, in the daylight, that's not a problem. At night, when I have more time to video, that's when I need my ring lights, right? So I would recommend it. You know, it's $20-ish. You can even get them for cheaper. This is a good quality. I have this one, I think. Pretty sure I have that one. Yes, and it's a great quality. Does what it needs to do, and I can help you guys with it. All right, but you do not need it, right? You can go by a window, or you can set your phone up on the side here, right? Okay, so I would like you guys to go and take 3 videos, okay? And if you don't want to, if you can just even, honestly, if you can just practice this, right? You don't have to say those 3 questions, or I mean, the 3 things not to do when you sell your home. You don't have to say those, but even if it's just a practice and you plan that you're not going to share this anyway, guess what? You can't get better at it if you keep not doing it, right? It's going to be cringy at the beginning, right? You're going to want to, throw it out, but you'll get better and better and better each time that you do it. Okay. So again, first, that hook, you have 3 seconds to get them to stop scrolling. So you're going to say top 3 things not to do when you sell your home. Second is the meat. So that's where you're saying what those 3 answers are. The third part to the recipe is your call to action. Okay. What do you want them to do next? Do you want them to follow you? Are you trying to grow your social media? Do you want them to email you for a free comparative market analysis? Do you want them to click the link in the caption? What do you want them to do next?
That's funny. I did the same thing you did, and it gave me different.
Yeah, it does. So each time you type in Chat GPT, it may give you kind of different answers. You can like regenerate it. And I think it has like up to 3 for each answer or so. This is what kids are doing, by the way, when they get like an essay assigned in class. They just type it in, but then the teachers are apparently going in and regenerating it kind of 3 times to see what it could look like to try to catch them. But wow, cheating on a whole new level.
I wondered how
It reminds me of the speed detectors, like with the police, people always.
Yeah.
They come out with the anti-detector.
Yeah. Right. They're like beeps. What's it called? But what is this called?
Speed detector.
Yeah.
Or,
It'll come to us in a random time.
I'll do a quick video.
so did you say what view?
I'm just saying I will.
Vertical mode and then.
Yeah. Yeah. So
camera?
video mode. Yes, I would do cinematic. So on your video, I would recommend scrolling over to cinematic. I don't know if Androids have this feature. I'm sorry. So that was a little too evil of a laugh. So, and then let's see if I got, what I would do to do a video in here is I would go near here, and you guys can do this. You can go out on the balcony as well. And you can even hold it up in front of you. I do like it a little better when it's videoing you, right? But if you were just set up a cup, put it on cinematic and face you, right? Okay, the background, it's a classroom, so that's pretty good. I could sit, I could stand, and I could go ahead and say, here are the top 3 reasons. Okay, that's not even right. Here are the top 3 things that you don't want to be doing when you are selling your home. Number 1. And then you say number 1. And I can stop too on each of these, and then we can go ahead and pull those 3 videos in, right? But we want the hook first. Be overexcited about it, guys. Okay. Overexcited. Yes. Too much enthusiasm is good. All right. And then I want you to say those 3 things. If you can do it in one clip, great. But then what's your call to action? Right? Is that call me? Say your number. We can write your number on there too, right? So if you want your call to action to be to email you, to call you, after we're done recording, I'm going to show you how to add verbiage like text on the screen. So we could write your phone number so that they can call you right from there. Okay. Just so when you're playing with your call to action, you know what to say. questions on those three pieces, and I can give you tips of where to go, or we can do it in here together. Is anyone feeling courageous?
Let's do it.
Okay. Do you guys want to do it in here, or do you want to go elsewhere? I can help you video it if you do it in here, but there's other people in here. Yeah.
I'm gonna go out. I'll be back. But I am gonna do.
I still have the video of you, Jess, where Jessica was doing a video one day, and it was something like, "Happy February." Nope. And just like walked off. You're just like, you were so enthusiastic, you did the thing, and then you're like, nope. That's how I feel every time I go to do a video. Yeah, right? Yeah. No. So as far as where we want to go to do this, I will help you video it if you want to. I can video it right here in front of this wall. The Think Big wall is really good right here. Doing it outside is also really good. Like I go down to the first level to do it. All right. So I might recommend, or even a what do they call it? Conference room. Conference rooms are really great as well. I might recommend taking a walk around the market center to see if there's video spots that you would want to use. Okay. And if not, we can do it in here and I'll video for you.
Help me figure out which way to put it in.
Yeah.
I'm that person.
Oh, you are that person.
So I went to video,
Mhm.
and then I went to more.
Okay, that's
And then I went to,
promising.
like,
Wow, portrait video. Yay.
Oh,
Yeah, that should be it. And I think it just has to be a little further and then it'll blur your background.
okay.
Love it.
Very good.
Okay, and I'll come help you guys.
How many minutes do we have?
Let's do like 10-ish. I don't know. Do you think that's enough? Probably not enough. 10? All right, let's do 10 minutes, guys. So if you're online, try to go do this as well. And then we'll meet
Going
again.
for perfection, we're just going through the motions to get
Yes,
to understand how. it works, right?
Exactly. Because let's say you record this, you are like, man, I really like all of this, but not the second clip. You can just even replace the second clip, like once we're done with putting it together. So I'll show you how you can do that.
Great.
So not perfection. Great point, Angela.
I plan on actually using this.
Great.
What is?
I have a question.
Yeah.
So when I'm doing this video, am I reading these things?
You can absolutely read it, especially if you're sitting at your computer, you can read it off. But I would recommend kind of just taking mental note of at least just what the answers are and see if you can really, a little less scripted and more just kind of, wing it from there after you say
Okay.
what each one is. Just a
Okay.
recommendation. You can absolutely read it though. Sometimes
Okay.
I get nervous and I do just that.
Okay. It didn't work for me. You said in cinematic, it blanks out the background?
Okay. Yeah, the cinematic it slightly blurs out the background. I believe you have to like stand maybe a few feet away from it.
Oh, okay.
And then it'll start blurring your background more.
Okay.
I'm just getting a water.
Jules? Who's on, Jules or Leah?
You know, and even if this first video is just like, tell me who you are and why you're in real estate, you know, it doesn't have to be this. But just having a few clips for us to play with to edit this further. Let me know if I can record you.
We have a question, please.
Okay.
Or maybe we'll just have our weekly meeting.
I would love it.
Hey, Leah?
Yeah.
Hey, me, Sharon.
Hey, Sharon.
Hey, listen, are you going to redo this course? Because I have to go and meet with another client, so I won't be able to stay on.
Yeah, I'm going to do this class again. And Sharon, if you want to go ahead and book an appointment with us, I can finish this with you on a one-on-one. That'd be helpful.
Fabulous. Fabulous. I'll do that.
Okay, looking forward to it. Good luck with your showing or clients.
Thanks so much, Leah. Appreciate it.
Talk to you soon.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, you know, for anyone who wants to get started in video, you know, if you don't want to record it right now, of course, an option is later if you go video things and want to meet with us, we'll do this with you, you know, one-on-one anytime. Just oh, good.
I got your email yesterday.
Okay, I can always like too after class. I can get you on my schedule too if that's easier. All right, nice. You're welcome.
So, Leah, can I
Mm.
did a